Alright guys, thanks for tuning into this video. So I'm guessing you've tuned in because you may be thinking about or actually soon to be driving in France. And in this video, I'm going to talk you through everything that you need, everything which is mandatory and everything which I would recommend, which isn't necessarily mandatory, but I think it's a good idea to take with you, okay? So we've got everything that is mandatory on the left-hand side of the table and everything that is recommended but not mandatory on this side of the table, and I'll talk you through that. So if you're thinking about driving in France, well, we've just returned from France. We've done it a few times. It's the first time this year we've done it, so this is a 2025 version, so it's all fresh, it's all new, and I think the best thing to do is just sort of crack on with the video without giving you my backstory, because the idea is by the end of this video you will probably learn everything that you need. Sorry, I'm just moving the camera here, in order to go with you. Now, what I'm going to do is there are certain things that you will need to buy, and I'm going to pop links to all of these things in the description below this video, okay? So this is the first thing. Now, this section here actually is definitely mandatory, but you can, it all looks like separate items, but you can buy one kit off Amazon that kind of includes everything. So that's what I'll link to, okay? I'll link to the main kit, which kind of has everything you need. So this is a warning triangle. You are required by law to carry a warning triangle with you. This just kind of, it's like a cover which slots off and then it folds out. This is a high-vis vest, just in case of any breakdown. You'll really need to wear this if you're putting this up or waiting by the side of the road, just so that people can see you and sort of avoid you if need be. You've got French breathalyzer tests, which are used by the police. So the pack that we got comes with 2 of these. Headlight beam converters, which you stick these on the front of your headlights, and it comes with full instructions inside where to put them on a certain type of vehicle, okay? One thing about these is that the car we took is this Audi, and this has an automatic system whereby it auto switches the headlights from one side to the other. And I think you probably might get that in more modern vehicles, but just you know, if you don't have a more modern vehicle, or if your vehicle doesn't have that system, then you will need these. The good thing is all of these, they are quite cheap, so don't worry about those. I think you can probably get this kit for around about £25, something like that. What isn't shown in this little section here is the stickers for your number plate, okay? So this, you'll need a blue sticker on the front, obviously if you're coming from the UK, and on the back number plate. Sorry, I'm just walking around here, it's quite dark. You've also got a black one there as well, so you either need those on the number plates, or you can just get one of these UK stickers, the white. They used to be GB, but now they are white UK stickers. So you either need the number plate stickers or one of these, or in our case we've got both. It's entirely up to yourself, okay? So that is with regards to kind of like the mandatory physical things. Then we come to the paperwork. Now, it's not difficult by any stretch of the mark, but it's things that you'll probably have in any case, and there is one thing that you definitely need to buy, okay? So first of all, obviously, take your driving license. That's a little sneak peek of what I look like. Nobody really cares about that, but that's the driving license. Then we've got, well, first of all, I'll come here. I have, obviously, as you can see, just censored over my critical information. Well, this is the V5 document, so this is the vehicle registration document. You won't be asked for this, but it's good to have it in any case, because there might be a situation arise that you are asked for it, okay? So don't worry about being asked for it, you won't be. Then we've got the certificate of motor insurance. Again, you won't be asked for it, but just print it off, take it with you. It's better to be safe than sorry, but you do need to take it with you. And then the next thing looks kind of complicated because there's like kind of four pages, but it's not. It's the Crit Air sticker, okay? Now, as you can probably see, this is a sticker which needs to go. I'll show you exactly where it goes. What this is like a low emission sticker, and it basically, so you put it kind of there, and it shows that you've paid the emissions kind of, it's like a little emissions payment, or a car meets certain emission standards to drive in certain areas of France. Now, you might not need this, okay, but in certain areas, like we were staying in Rouen, So that ruin is part of the the clean air areas. So we did need this. Now the good news is it is really cheap. I'm just going to try and figure out. €4.91 is how much we paid. Okay. Now the reason this isn't on the car at the moment is because we bought it. We forgot about it actually. We bought it last minute. So we bought it a few days before we actually went, and when we actually carried on with the trip, we didn't actually have this in our possession. This was delivered to us after we actually returned. Now, the good news is once you've paid for it, you'll get like a certificate just to say that you've paid for it. That's what all this paperwork is really, just print offs of the emails and the actual document. So long as you've got this document through your email, it might come like a day after you've bought it because they do need to check it, then you're okay. You don't necessarily need to display it, because if you are pulled over by the French police saying you haven't got the sticker, then you can show them this, and this acts as proof that you have paid for it. It's just there is like a 5 to 10 day turnaround on getting these delivered, so they won't necessarily come straight away. Okay, so that's all the documentation that you'll need. Pretty straightforward. Oh, I'll put the link to the Crit Air sticker in the description below as well, but make sure you go on the correct website. It's this one here, because there are fake websites out there that will charge you more. So it was like €4.91 in total with the delivery to the UK. Okay, so those are the mandatory things. Really easy, really simple stuff, really nothing out of this world. And then we come to the things which I would personally recommend, okay? And there's kind of good reasons for why I'd recommend them. Obviously, first of all, this is a first aid kit that we have. It is a Porsche one, but don't worry about that. This first aid kit did come in handy to us. I'll put the link to this in the description. Really, because you probably think, oh yeah, well, I'll be all right. But we went with our 11-year-old son, and one day we'd been to a place called Etretat, which is on the coast, the northern coast, and he completely fell over, dropped everything that was in his hands, completely grazed his knees and his hands. So it really did come in handy because we were kind of like in the middle of nowhere, and he wasn't bleeding heavily, but there was definitely blood coming from sort of 4 parts of his body. So we definitely needed the first aid kit. Anyway, I'm sure you know all about what a first aid kit is, so I'll link to that. This is a toolkit, which is self-explanatory, just in case you need to take wheels off or anything like that. This is also like a wheel taking off kit. If you look at the center caps, they're quite difficult to get off. So this kit's kind of specific to this vehicle, so I wouldn't worry about that. But just, I guess the idea of what I'm saying is just make sure you have got the relevant tools to take a wheel off if necessary on your vehicle. This is tire inflator. It's just a quick basic box. Again, link in the description. Gloves, just in case you do need to do a tire change or a wheel change. And then this one here is, I would say, probably quite an important one actually. This is an iCarSoft scan tool. This is specific for the Audi vehicle, okay? And what I'll do is I'll put the link in the description to where you can get one and you can search for the equivalent tool for your specific vehicle. But the reason this is quite important is because let's say, for example, your vehicle has a kind of like the engine or something has a bit of a meltdown, and what this tool can do is it can diagnose, it can reset faults, but also what kind of modern vehicles have is a thing called limp mode, and the limp mode actually reduces the engine's performance, the amount of revs you can actually put on the vehicle. So it limits the car to like certain low speeds until you can get it checked out by a garage. Now, if you're in quite a rural area, it's really important to have one of these because you'll be able to remove the car from limp mode with one of these tools. Now, the reason I bring this up actually is because I know of a situation whereby somebody's car did go into limp mode. They had to get it, they didn't have breakdown insurance or anything like that, so they had to get it trailered to a French garage, okay? And it's a really complicated thing because they had to end up coming home without their vehicle, and then they had to go back out a few weeks later to actually pick up that vehicle. Now the whole thing cost them around about £2,500 because of the trailer costs, the repairs, and then them getting back out to France and getting back to England with the car. So that was about £2,500 it cost them. But this tool generally costs about, but it depends on the vehicle, but generally about 170 to £200, I think it is. But I'll put the link, and you can, because they do depend on their own vehicle. So this one, Vors, is suitable for like Audi, VW, Seat, and Skoda. There's different ones for like Porsches or Volvos or Mercedes, things like that. Okay, but as I say, what I'm going to do is in the description below this video, I'll put links to all of this, and hopefully it's going to help you just basically get quick access to everything that you need. So I'll list all of the documents, I'll list all of the first aid things, the scan tool, the tire inflator, and the crit air sticker that you'll need. And yeah, I think that pretty much covered it. There are a few, depending on which roads you go to in France, there are a few toll roads. Don't worry about them, because what you need to do is like you'll kind of be on a standard road, and then all of a sudden it'll just turn into a toll road. So you go to the toll booth, you take your ticket, and then you might be thinking, well, do I go online? Do I pay this? You don't. What you need to do is you just continue your journey, and whenever you come to, say, the end of that toll road, or if you come off on a slip road before the end of the toll road, there'll be a little booth. And what you do is you pop the ticket into the little machine, and it'll tell you how much is due. So it all really depends on how much of that road you've used will dictate how much you actually pay, okay? And I think we've done like the total length of one of the roads before, and it was like, I think it was about 9 or 10 euros. So it's not mega amounts of money. It is annoying, but it's not mega amounts of money, okay? So links in the description to everything. I hope it helps, guys. Thanks for watching.